Chapter 31. The Dawning. The following day the entire Happy Ever After assembly gathered in the main hall of the fairy palace. All seven fairies stood immobily behind their podiums. Mother Goose sat in her chair across the aisle, and kings and queens stood on the floor before them. Jack, Goldilocks, and Trobella had also been asked to attend the meeting, although none of them knew what for. They figured Alice had something up her sleeve. Fairy Godmother's seat remained in the hall by Alice's request. She wasn't ready for it to be moved. Every time she looked at the chair, she imagined her grandmother sitting there, smiling back at her. It inspired Alice and kept her motivated to continue her grandmother's work. "Looks like we're all here," Mother Goose told the room after conducting the head count. "Shall we proceed the meeting?" "Not yet," Alice said. "We're still waiting for one person to arrive." No one but Alex knew who they were waiting for. The rest of the hall joined her as she looked upward. Their curiosity increased with every movement that passed. Two giant swans appeared in the sky and descended into the hall. Empress Elvina rode one of the swans like two elf soldiers escorted her on the other. The assembly exchanged wide-eyed glances as if they were looking at a ghost. The majority of them had never seen her in person before. The elf soldiers dismounted their swans and helped the Empress down from the other. It was the first time in hundreds of years that elves touched fairy soil. "Thank you so much for coming to our meeting, Empress," Alice said at a cordial bow. "I was very surprised to receive an invitation since I didn't fulfill my end of our agreement," the Empress said. "I am just glad you and your elves are safe," Alice said. The Empress and her soldiers stood apart from everyone else in the hall. She was the tallest person in the room and glared at the other monarchs. The elves hadn't come to the intention of making friends. "Stop your branches," Snowy said, trying to break the ice. Princess Olivia stared at her as if the compliment was a horrible insult. "This is the sacred crown worn by every ruler of the Elf Empire since the Dragon Age," as she stated as if it was obvious. "Well, it's just lovely," Cinderella added. Now that everyone had finally arrived, Alice began the assembly meeting. "I called you all here today to make an announcement," I said. "I decided that my first act as the new fairy godmother will be to abolish the happily ever after assembly." The hall immediately erupted in protest. Princess Elvina was the only one not surprised by the news, and she found the others' reaction very amusing. It was the first time in a great while that the elves were in the known before the humans. "Have you lost your mind?" Tangier asked. "I think you need a vacation, Kale Grammy," Mother Goose said. Zephyr was trying to reason with her. "Alice, we stood behind you on every decision, but this one we cannot support." "Everyone calm down and hear me out," she said. "My grandmother formed the Happily Ever After Assembly as a way of uniting the world, but as the Grand Army proves, the world is far from being united. The war wasn't the last threat we'll face. We have to be prepared for whatever future may bring, and we can't do that if some of us are left out of the conversation. So today I am founding the Happily Forever After Assembly, and I am asking the Childlings and Elves to join us." The hall went very quiet, but no one objected. The men and women looked back and forth between the Troll King and the Elf Empress, waiting to see how they would react to it. "Do you want the Trowels to join?" Trobella asked Jack. "Yes," Alice said. "Your people come from a long line of horrible behavior, and you've done a wonderful job of restoring your dignity, Trobella. However, the trolls and goblins will never respect us if we don't respect them too. I learned very valuable lessons from two unlikely teachers over the course of the war. One was a prisoner and the other was a witch. They taught me that every creature is an individual. We can't punish an entire race for mistakes made by individuals. As easy as it is to label large groups with the reputation of their ancestors, it isn't right. As we forgive the trolls and goblins, I hope the elves can forgive the humans and fairies for the treatment they had received from the fairies in the past. Our agreement wasn't based on forgiveness, Empress Elvina said, but it was a very gracious gesture on the fairies' part to assist us during the Grand Army's attack, and we are grateful. It is the new assembly that will benefit future generations of elves. Then we would gladly join it. And a smile came to Alex's face. The fairies around her were stunned that she had convinced the elf empress to join forces with them. Are we all in agreement then? Alex asked the room. She made eye contact with every ruler in the fairy in the hall, and each nodded. I believe we are, Emerald Emma. Let today mark the dawning of the happily forever after assembly. The hall burst into a round of applause. Even the empress couldn't resist laughing. Isabella was so excited by the union she did a cartwheel. Alex had secured every house and future for the fairy tale world. Jack cleared his throat. Excuse me, but we're still wondering why you were called here. That leads to my second order of business, Alex said. The majority of the criminals in the Grand Army recruited fled from battle, which means more criminals are at large throughout the kingdoms than ever before. Not to mention the remaining army soldiers that escaped. We need to work together to round them up and put them behind bars. With the Assembly's permission, I like to ask Jack and Goya to form a team to track these criminals down. Jack and Goya looked at each other. Us, Jack asked, but we are criminals, Goya said. Which makes you perfect candidates, Alex said. You think like criminals, you know where they'll hide, and who can make alliances with. We'll have to think about it, Jack said, speaking on their behalf. Recently, we've been playing with the idea of settling down. This was news to Goya. When do we have that conversation? She asked her aunt. Cousin, well, this is soon because she raised her eyebrows suggestfully, so she knew he was thinking of their unborn child without saying it aloud. Goldilocks smiled at him and held his hand. Just because a bird builds a nest doesn't mean its wings are clipped, he said. Then quickly turned out. We're in. Jack and I want this world to be a better place as much as the rest of you do. Besides, it will allow us to live our lives, much like we always have, except we'll be acting for the greater good instead of for ourselves. I agree, Jack said. They both gained a sudden interest in the future, knowing they were bringing a child into the world. We accept your offer. But I would recommend the first person you track down is the masked man, Mother Reeve said. There is no limit to his ruthlessness or his greed. He tried stealing from the fairy godmother herself. I bet he's out plotting his next strike against the fairies even as we speak. Mother Goose, what did the masked man try to steal from her? Alex asked. Surely Grandma didn't have a dragon egg in her possession. Mother Goose shook her head. I'm afraid I don't know, but it was enough to have him put behind bars for life. We'll get together a team at once and track him down, Golden Pot said. Unfortunately, the masked man was much closer than they realized. With nothing further to discuss, Alice concluded the first happily forever after assembly meeting. She waved her wand, and several more large squads appeared and took the kings and queens home to their own kingdoms. Alice was completely drained after the meeting and desperately needed some time to rest and decompress. Rather than going back to her own tomb, she decided to go to her grandmother's instead. Soon her grandmother's old room became hers, and Alice wanted to spend a little time in it before it was changed. The door was already ajar when Alice stepped in. Not that, she said to herself. She hoped her things had been moved to the chamber already. Alice went inside, and her grandmother sat greeted her at the door. She was happy to see all her grandmother's belongings were still there. Alice gazed around the chambers and her grandmother's things. She looked forward to going through them with her brother, and wondered what they would learn about her as they searched through their spell books and organized her cabinet of potions. When Alice's eyes landed on the cabinet of potions, she was confronted with an alarming sight. All the doors were open and had been rummaged through. Broken glass bottles covered the floor around it. Someone had searched in a hurry. The cabinet door was still swinging. Whoever it was still here. Alice raised her wand and cautiously moved about the cabinet. Who's in here? She demanded. She scanned the room through it and appeared to be empty. But Alex gut told her she wasn't alone. She searched every corner of the room but didn't find a soul. The only place she hadn't looked was behind her grandmother's desk on top of the platform in the back. Her heart beat faster and faster as she approached it. Show yourself, she ordered. This is a private room and you don't belong in here. A tall and menacing figure suddenly jumped up from behind the desk before Alex could identify the masked man. He roared at her and shoved the desk in her direction. It toppled down the platform steps toward her and shattered on the floor. She barely avoided crashing her. He ran toward the door, but Alex pointed on it and slammed it shut. Freeze! She yelled. Don't move or I'll blast you to next week. The masked man raised his arms with his back to her. He held a small blue bottle dangling from one of his hands. So you're the military godmother, he said. It's nice to finally see what previously Alex asked. I didn't steal anything. But what's in your hand? Something that was owed to me a long time ago, the masked man said. Turn around, Alex ordered. The masked man slowly turned to face her. There was something very familiar about the pale blue eyes behind his mask. She could have sworn she had seen those eyes before. Take off that ridiculous disguise, Alex said, and gripped her wand in tight. You don't want me to do that, the masked man said, and the collector said, now, she yelled. The masked man reluctantly pulled the sack over his head and exposed his face for the first time in over a decade. Alex gasped and dropped her wand. She was right. They had met before. Connor and Froggy and Red on the grand balcony watching the sunset over the gardens. The fairies across the lawn cleaned and restored the damage their homes had received during the battle. Even though more than half of the gardens were destroyed, the homes are still beautiful, Red continued. I would love to plant my own garden just a little balcony of my bedroom at the castle. She suddenly felt very sad and stopped herself and said to herself, I'm silly. I keep forgetting I'm homeless now. Have you thought about what you want to do now that you're not queen anymore, child? Besides becoming a minuscule like the Snow Queen, as I wait for someone to restore my throne? I said, no, I'm afraid not. Although I hear Queen Susan Reading is in the market for a nanny. Garvey put his arm around. You'll come home with me to the Tommy Kingdom, he said. I can offer you a kingdom, but I'm sure I can arrange for you to have a private garden all to yourself. Red sighed at the idea. I suppose all I have to do would be a lot worse. I would rather be evicted than that it's dead one. Poor little Bo Peep. I must feel guilty for saying all those horrible things about her. The carriage traveled through the gardens toward the palace. They didn't pay any special attention to it until it got closer. And they saw the passenger riding it. That's the third little pig, Connor said, and pointed to the carriage. What's that ridiculous rump doing here? I asked. Let's find out, Fuzzy said. He led Brent and Connor through the fairy palace, and they met the third little pig on the front steps. Hello, Your Majesty, the little pig said, and graciously bowed. It's good to see you again. Cut to the chase, Piggy. What are you doing here? Crossing his arms. She had been the bearer of bad news lately, and she wasn't looking forward to hearing what he had come to them. The Bo People public is still mourning the tragic death of the Queen, but a new election was held yesterday afternoon. I've come to tell you the results, he said happily. Red could be less than interested. I wonder what baboon they replaced little Bo with. They deserve whatever oath they put on the throne. She suddenly stopped talking as her eyes grew so large they took up half her face. Wait a minute. Did you just address me, Your Majesty? Froggy and Connor shared an excited smile. Red's hands started shaking and she jumped up and down. Had all of her dreams come true? Had her people given her back to health? Was Red re-elected queen? Yes, am I the baboon? Am I the oath they deserve? She asked. Was she anxiously thought? No, man, the little pig said. I was speaking to Prince Charlie. Froggy turned a pale shade of green. Me, he asked. I was elected? Him? She said, just shrugged his heels. Yes, Sir the Pig said, congratulations, you've been elected king. Little Bo hadn't made a successor and there wasn't time for any candidates to properly run, so the citizens were given fill-in ballots. Your name was written down the most. Connor gave a hearty chuckle and patted his friend back. Way to go, King Froggy. Froggy was speechless. His pupils almost disappeared into his big glossy eyes. He turned around and looked guiltily at Red. Yeah, I'm so sorry, he said. I feel like I'm still something. Are you kidding? I said, that's fantastic news. You know what this means? You'll be secretly plotting my death now? Something else to go? Red laughed with a like, no, Charlie, she said, with a gigantic smile. That means I'll be queen again. Once we're married, that is. Roger shook his head positive he had misheard it. Come again, he peeped. Did you guys get engaged and not tell us coming in? Not to my knowledge, Roger said, and stared at Red, vaguely confused. Is that a proposal, my love? Is that what makes me queen again? Red said, throwing her arms around her. Oh, Charlie, our wedding will be beautiful. We'll have it right after your coronation, the new gardens you plant for me in the castle. It's so funny how life works out sometimes, isn't it? Froggy glanced at Connor with a fearful look in his face. His life had just taken a very unexpected and frightening turn. The celebration was cut short when the cannon was fired in the distance. They all dove to the ground just in time to miss the cannonball that flew in the front steps of the palace into the smithereens. When the dust had cleared, Connor got to his feet and looked toward the edge of the garden. A few dozen Grand Army soldiers left over from the war, led by Colonel Ramper, were attacking the fairy palace. We're being attacked again, Connor yelled. Again, Red squealed. Yanto Skywing emerged from the palace and climbed down the destroyed steps and where Connor and the others were. What's going on? Xanthios asked. The Grand Army soldiers have returned, Connor said. How many men are there? Skywing asked. Not too many, said. Only a couple dozen or so. The fairies looked across the gardens and another cannonball was fired in their direction. Xanthios shot a fiery burst with his finger, and the cannonball was destroyed in midair. Skywing and I will handle this, Xanthios told Connor. Tell everyone inside the palace not to panic. The fairies ran through the gardens toward the soldiers. Connor helped Froggy and Red and the third little pig to their feet. A few dozen soldiers hardly seemed large enough for a proper attack, Froggy said. I know, Connor agreed. More like a distraction. His heart fell to the pit of his stomach. Oh no. That's exactly what this is. The masked man is back. I gotta find my sister. Connor climbed to the ruined front steps of the palace and darted inside. He was like a fish swimming upstream as all the fairies inside made their way out to see what was causing the commotion. He raced up the stairs, but he didn't find his sister into their chambers. He tried his grandmother's room next and burst through the door. The first thing Connor noticed was the desk lying in pieces in the floor and the broken glass around the potion cabinet. Alice was still on the steps and the platform in the back of the room. Her face was ghostly white and she panted as she slid off into space. Her wand was on the floor a few feet away from her. Something was very wrong. Alex, are you alright? Connor asked as they to her side. What the heck happened in here? She was trembling and didn't make eye contact with him. The man was here, she said. Did he hurt you, Connor? Alex shook her head. He stole a potion. I caught him and let him take off his mask. And what happened? I saw his face, Alex shrieked. Tears spilled out of his eyes. What was wrong with it? Connor asked. Alex, you're scaring me. Tell me what you saw. She turned to her brother and looked at him directly in the eyes. She had never seen so petrified. Connor began. The masked man. He was dead. Alright. That is the end of chapter 31 and also the end of the Land Stories of Good Morning. The next video will be a summary and a review of that book, and if you want to hear that, don't forget to subscribe below for it and also more books in the future. Also, if you have any good recommendations for me later on, don't forget to comment those below as well for me to read. But overall, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you enjoyed the review that is yet to come, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!